Anything new in your pictures?
What picture?
Uh,
On the walls?
yeah, on.
Well, the only one I put up since you've been here is is the poster of the moon pictures that I got from Bruce Swartz, and that's over there.
What's the Swartz stuff?
Swartz, a couple of years ago, heard me talk about people on the moon, and he wanted to find out for himself whether or not I was full of bullshit. And he bought a 14-inch telescope, and it's very, very powerful. Like that one, that's 8 inches, and his was, almost twice as big as that.
Is that?
That went, that went on, yeah. And he started looking around. The first thing he realized that the moon is covered by a hologram. We're not seeing what's actually there. In other words, when we look up and we see, alleged craters and alleged mares, that's not what's there. And so he figured out a way to penetrate the hologram, and those pictures on that poster, particularly towards the top, were the industrialized areas that have hundreds of buildings and roadways and bridges and all kinds of stuff up there. Too bad you couldn't have hung yourself.
I'll get a taxi in a couple of minutes. So is this is this section?
Yeah. What? Square what? Those are buildings. Those are buildings. Huge buildings. So if you go to Bruce Sees All on YouTube, you'll see all that stuff. If it hasn't been removed, because YouTube now is removing any offensive material that NASA doesn't want on there.
But I'm actually know how are we going to? I mean, with Elon Musk, he's NASA's great. Well, he's doing business.
Some of the findings got me in trouble right from the start. And it created a lot of jealousy in the community where some people that were already working with John Lear, it caused a lot of fighting. John Lear was in contact with me, and he was intrigued by some of the findings. And of course, it was vindicating his own research. He thanked me and told me he loved me. It was a very emotional moment for me. And it's one that I never shared with you all because I didn't want to use him as a tool to attract you people to my channel. But it's still something beautiful. A searchlight on the surface of the moon as UFOs are exploring the moon. John Lear was blown away by the findings, and if he would have been alive to see this finding here, he would have been very, very happy. You want more of this research, share the channel. You're hearing, bits and parts of why I am blocked, because I'm able to show a lot on the surface of the moon. People say the moon is a hologram. I don't believe it is, but could there be a holographic surface or means of hiding the surface? I talked a lot to John about the atmosphere on the moon. He knows all about the hazes and saffron colors that were seen in the atmospheres from the astronauts, so more to come. So take it from the godfather of ufology himself. I love you, John. Thanks. Rest in peace, man.
So if you go to Bruce Sees All on YouTube, you'll see all that stuff. If it hasn't been removed, because YouTube now is removing any offensive material that NASA doesn't want on there. He figured out a way to penetrate the hologram, and those pictures on that poster, particularly towards the top, were the industrialized areas that have hundreds of buildings and roadways and bridges and, all kinds of stuff up there.
Once you break through what's hiding the surface, you'll see quite an overwhelming surface. And over the years, I've been able to properly filter a way of also seeing the objects in the atmosphere. But these are massive structures. John Lear saw them, was pretty intrigued. He wanted to know where they were, how I was getting it. I didn't hide anything. I was getting a lot of, backlash, I guess, from some people in the surrounding area. I mean, think of it. I had a shitload of CIA agents and retired CIA agents that were, trying to infiltrate, everything, like the business, the online business that I have, doing this full time. They tried to come to my house. They tried to find out what telescopes I had. I'm showing it all. Copernicus crater, water filtration systems and industries and everything. There's a lot of people up there on the moon, and the truth is going to come out. Disclosure is done. It was done here, and it doesn't mean it's going to have a trophy or be in the news, and I'm okay with that. But in secrecy, in reality, this is all going viral.
So if you go to Bruce Sees All on YouTube, you'll see all that stuff. If it hasn't been removed, because YouTube now is removing any offensive material that NASA doesn't want on there.